Just did a quick check, and I'm just going to do the fourth and final video of the Sunday night 4-pack, or Sunday afternoon 4-pack, with JD. All right. I'm just gonna. It's lied to about everything except Bible and history. Really? Question mark? Question mark. So that's what they were looking at. Alright, so just press play there. You got JD pointing at us like this. And then we got the countdown. Hopefully it's not a double countdown on this one. So this one's a little longer than the last one. This one's a little over an hour. So the last one I just did was the last of the four. I think this is the second and third one here. This will be the last one for the night for me, and that'll be the last of the 4-pack. The four shows he did on the last Sunday, so could be the last Sunday for a while. I want to go on his website and see all the other streams he uses, because I looked up Twitch, I looked up Rockfin. They're not on my Roku TV, but yet Rumble is, and unfortunately he's not on Rumble anymore. So, yeah, it sucks. Hopefully I can find something. Because I love watching my that I can do the new shows, right? Otherwise, I have to just do the old stuff. While he's still on it, got his channel.
Welcome, another live heart, man. I think I messed that one up too. I don't think you heard anything, but that's okay. We're here. We're ready to
That's all that matters.
Another unscheduled, another pop-up
video,
if you will. But I just felt the energy, felt like it was something we needed to do, something we wanted to do. We wanted to jump in and make sure that we got going what's going on and keep it going on as much as we can. It looks like I'm going to do a combined broadcast with Jeranism on Wednesday night. It'll be his show and my show combined. I don't know how we'll do that, but we'll figure it out.
Too bad that won't be on
they call those
YouTube.
There's a word for them. Simulcast is not really.
Jaren's pretty cool.
That's what it is. But I think we'll be doing that on Wednesday night. So look forward to that. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing Jesus is Real. I've had a realization. Jesus is real. We'll be talking about it tomorrow.
Not real.
Tuesday night, I'm going to prove to you. I'm going to show you something magnificent. I just talked to
Show me
Ryan
the money.
Stapley briefly about it. We were going to do it together, but he's going to be at the Flat Earth thing. He didn't really have time. But the Mandela effect proves conclusively that Jesus is fake. Amber, Michelle Huff,
fake plastic Jesus.
Thank you. That'll be Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I forget what they call them, a group something or other, but it'll
group
be
sex.
Jeranism and myself.
Threesome. That's a threesome.
Broadcast on Wednesday night. Missing You is here. Camellia Scaves is here. Amber, as we mentioned before, Freedom Dagger, Linda Fiske, Scuba Maru, M.K. James, Alan Stiles, Mind Over Magic, thank you. Freedom Dagger, Tammy.
Me again.
I say Renee Weatherford, Emperor Rex, M.K. James, William Hell.
I love when he says my name more than once.
Say my
name. Say my name.
And also Colin Braniff. Aaron Michael, Observe, Kier J. She was just watching
J in the Hizzo
show. And who do we have over on Rock Ben?
Rocking on nobody. Nobody on Rockfin.
I guess Rockfin is not as good.
Well, it's gonna be lots of people on Rockfin this week.
Shout outs that I'm live as YouTube is. Rockfin's a great platform. It's our go-to platform, but you got to remember, it is still new, so they got a lot of things working on it. Rodney Keene from Dallas is in there.
They need to, get on Roku TV, Rockfin, right away.
MK James, Carol Luthi. I think I mentioned most of these people. Nice to see you here. But we're doing this show, this deprogram, because we're on a little bit of a roll. We're having a great run of subscribers, and most of it is due to Ophelia's in the house. The show with
Gosha.
Gosha. Let's just be frank.
Hey,
It's nice
Frank,
to
that's
see
my
him
uncle's name.
The other shows that we've been doing, and the
Let's
other
be frank.
controversy that's been taking place hasn't hurt either. Emma is here, so we are
Well,
here
great
to
uncle,
just
my dad's
continue
uncle.
the momentum.
I never
And
met
it's
him.
important to continue the momentum. Abby's here. It's important to continue the momentum.
My grandma's
Because when
brother.
you get people thinking, you want to help them to continue to think. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. So this little D program will probably last as long as people are interested enough to call in. MK James is here. And we're going to talk about, and I'm just going to put out a very, very simple concept. And I can't remember the last time that I didn't have any slides for a D program. Well, yes, I can. It was the last show that we did earlier today. But these two, Ruby's in the house, Idaho's in the house, just very, very unusual. But I just wanted to get in here and talk to you and talk with you.
I can do this.
And, you know, we in the conspiratorium, we in the
It won't be as bad as the Friday show.
we in the
I was like falling asleep.
We know that we've been lied to.
We know,
Nobody in
yeah.
our realm has any problem believing that the educational system has lied to us.
Big time.
No one has any problem believing that the legal system has lied to us, that the government system has lied to us, that the financial system
Just talked to my buddy today about what he went through with the legal system here.
Movies have lied to us.
What a sham.
Has any doubt that we've been lied to about everything. Oh, but wait. We've not been lied to about everything. Because there's two things, only two things. Vividness 420 from Denmark.
Denmark, the Great Danes.
Because there's two things, as Tracy Dyer's here as well, and Diane Brown.
TD.
There's two things that we've never been lied to about. All of these things that we've been lied to, and there's two things that we've never been lied to about. Number one is the Bible. We've never been lied to about the Bible.
Oh no, everything's true about that, for sure.
And we've never been lied to about history. Nothing's ever been a lie about history.
They're all lies. Only the winners write history.
She was a bad girl. She got a YouTube timeout.
Everybody's bad. Jeff's bad, Daphne's bad.
Back and subscribe to that. So think about it. We've been lied to about everything. We all know we've been lied to about everything. And people open their minds and they go down the road and they understand.
Oh boy.
Oh, no. Put on the brakes. We haven't been lied to about the Bible.
By
Put on
bullshit.
the brakes. We haven't been lied to about history. And the funny thing is that the two things that everybody's certain that we've not been lied to about, they're both written by the same people.
Of course. Of
They're
course
both
they
written
are.
to accomplish the same thing.
Yep.
Control.
That's right.
Isn't that
They want to
interesting?
divide and conquer
And yet
us.
we've got this.
They control the media, they control the paper.
growing idea
You name
out
it, they
there
control
that
it.
history's
Pharmaceutical
good,
industry.
history's right, the Bible's good,
That's
the
why I call
Bible's
them the
right, everything else
Soviet
is
regime.
wrong, but these two things are right.
Well, I didn't call him. John Lamb Lash did. And
Really?
I stole it from him.
Do we really believe that? Do we? One thing we know about history, we know that history has been controlled, every single bit of it, by the Calvinists and the Roman Catholics.
Former Roman
By
Catholic
the
here.
Calvinists and
Not proud.
the Roman Catholics. Now, if you've done any study at all, then you know, and you know what? They just love to rub our faces in it. They just love.
I like rubbing their faces in it.
Rub our faces in it. It is so.
In a good
amazing.
way.
It is so amazing. The stuff that they like to do to us. I'm trying to look up a reference for you. All of history No matter what type of history it is. Oh no, Jeff, we go back to the Akkadian history. Yeah, I know. No, we go all the way back to the Babylonian history. Yeah, I know. We go all the way back to the Egyptian history. Yeah, I know. But what you don't seem to know, or what you want to seem to try to forget, is that all of history came down to a fight. The custody of all history came down to a fight between a guy named Scaliger and the Jesuits.
Scallywag
You
Scaliger.
know about history, no matter who it was written by or when it was written, has been funneled down, edited, vetted, approved, and published through Calvinists and Jesuits. Lamont Robb, nice to see you. Barbara Alden, Judy Gomez, John Rodriguez, Chunky.
Chucky.
But do you understand that? Think about that. Oh, but the history, we studied the history. Yeah, but the history you studied's been doctored.
Yep.
The history you study has been edited by Calvinists and Jesuits. What do Calvinists and Jesuits both have in common? They're all part of Judeo-Christianity.
They're all
And
owned.
Judeo-Christianity is the control system. I got kicked off of Rumble, Lamont. They kicked me off of Rumble. So no, I'm not.
Boom, he just hit his mic with his mug.
No, I'm not.
I wish you were still on Rumble and I could watch you on the
Can
big
you
screen
believe it?
still.
And yet
But
we've got people
no.
that will say
Damn you, Rumble.
history's 100% true. The Bible's 100% true. Or the Bible's mostly true. History's mostly true. It's not. And this scares a lot of you. Well, Jeff, if the Bible's not true and I can't trust the Bible, Jeff, if history's not true and I can't trust history, what do I gotta do? Who do I trust? How am I supposed to know the truth if I can't get the
Do
truth?
some
Who's
research,
gonna tell
lazy
me the
bitches.
truth? You know who's gonna tell you the truth?
Your mama.
The same person's gonna come back and
The
say
Bible is as true as The Simpsons. Oh, this is
Nobody.
true. Well, they're written by the same people.
And that's really what people fear.
You wonder why The Simpsons can predict everything, eh? It's their script too. They're using the same
Having to
script.
take responsibility for their own enlightenment or lack thereof. Everybody is scared to death.
Everybody plays
Well,
the
not everybody, because you're
fool
here and we're
sometimes.
growing.
Everybody plays the fool.
We know that nobody's going to give us a free
No
lunch.
exception to the
Do we really
rule.
think we're going to get a spiritual free lunch? And if you want to have somebody tell you the truth, go listen to these guys.
You
that
can't
call
handle the
themselves
truth.
gurus. Go listen to these girls that call themselves gurus. They'll be glad to tell you the truth. They'll
I'm
be
not
glad
your
to tell you
guru.
what's happening.
If you want me
Tell
to
you
be
what to
your
think
guru, you're
about.
in the wrong place.
Not me. Somebody asked me, Jeff, what's 1 + 1? I'll say, use your calculator.
Carry the one,
Oh, that's because
3.
you're an asshole, Jeff. What is it really?
You're an asshole,
Because I
Jeff.
grew up with a great dad, and I would say, hey, Dad.
I did
how
too,
do you
Jeff.
spell sequential?
Oh
Say
boy.
3 words all the time. Look it up. He bought me a big dictionary.
I had a
Sat by the
dictionary at
bookshelf.
Encyclopedia
Look it up.
Britannica.
Gia's husband was a
I even had
college history major. He would tell you
French
the
English
plumb.
dictionary, and I have synonyms book. Had all sorts of good stuff.
Because if you ask me, Jess, what's 1 + 1? The only person I do tell things is Cynthia. Sometimes she'll ask me, and I wish I
Yeah,
would look it
it's
up.
probably a good
But I
idea.
would
That's
be
all you need
afraid
is the woman to
that
be
there
mad
would
at
be,
you.
like a can of Coke coming my way, airmail. She's little, but you just
Yeah.
never know. So if Cynthia
Yeah.
says, "Hey, what's this?" Most of the time I'll just tell her because
The ex used to get mad pretty quick.
But everybody else,
And I didn't even do anything
Jeff,
wrong.
what's 1 + 1? Use your calculator. Jeff, how do you spell? Jeff, where'd you find? Jeff, what? And sometimes I'll say things and I won't give you the references. Why? Because if you don't care to look it up, you don't care enough to figure it out for yourself. I do not want to be your guru. I am not your guru. Because the time's going to
Be
come.
your own guru.
Maybe not today, but maybe. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe. Maybe not next week, but maybe. That you're going to need to know, and ain't going to be nobody there but you to help you. That is why I don't give you answers. You're an asshole. No, I'm not. I just want you to learn to do it your damn self. It's just that simple.
Yep.
It's just that simple.
You can't do it yourself.
Our elders' prophecies, Stormy, speaking of Native Americans, speak of the rainbow warriors who will stand up as we leave one age and go into the fifth world. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We are. And if you really think
Can't rely on
that you've been
anybody
lied
else.
to about
Gotta
everything but the Bible and history,
look
you're,
after yourself
you're in the wrong
first.
place. You really are. Or maybe you're in exactly
Do your own
the
research.
right place. I don't know.
Don't trust anyone.
But I'm going to go ahead and open the phone lines. And I
Open
want to
them
hear
up.
what you have to think about this. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. The rules are simple. Be polite. Be interesting. And this is not an invitation to preach a sermon, but it's an invitation to give us a concise presentation of what you think and believe and what you're weighing in on. And this is the time where all of you Christians on all of these channels that know how wrong I am and how wicked I am. The guy in this one channel said,
Wicked
I'm not the
awesome.
first one to ever tell you you're a demon. I'm like, bro, you are not even the first one this hour to tell me that I'm a demon.
That's right.
Usually I'll get up, I'll hit the plunge tank, I'll have some coffee with Cynthia, I'll come down here and get in my emails. And I've already been called Antichrist, asshole, and demon at least 2-3 times by 9 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
So if you think you're the
Trifecta.
first one to ever say that I had a demon, brother, you got to get in a long line. So let's not be silly. But
Line
this
it
is
up.
the time for you brilliant Christian apologists. This is the time for you brilliant Christian researchers. And this is the time for all of you that love you some Jesus to come to his defense. He died on the cross for you. You can't make a phone call for him. He was whipped with all the lashes for you. You can't pick up a phone for him. He was wounded for your transgressions. He was bruised for your iniquities. The chastisement of your peace was placed upon him, and you can't even reach out and touch someone.
Oh, I can do that. I like reach out and touch somebody.
Jameis been reading my mail. She says you're
Over and
mostly called
over. I'm an asshole.
Jesus
I'm an
It was
asshole.
like a day and a half in the belly of the earth for you. I know he was supposed to be there longer.
I'm an asshole.
Jesus didn't even give you his whole weekend, but that's okay. What about
He lost
you?
track
What
of time.
are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The phone lines
Are open.
913-279-0831. 913-279-0831. You can call in. Tell us what's on your mind. And we will be very, very happy to hear it. Tomorrow night, can't wait. Jesus is real. I have to admit it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night.
That was a Rockman
Tuesday,
exclusive.
We're going to talk about how the Mandela
First day of
effect
the jail sentence.
proves that Jesus is fake. Wednesday, we are going to talk. JC, this is not a write-in show. This is a call-in show. If Jesus did a verifiable miracle in your
Well,
life,
it's not gonna
then
last
you
for
ought to
2
perform a
shows.
miracle and pick up a phone and tell us about it. Or, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You're live in the heartland. What's on your mind?
Hey, Jeff, it's Jim.
Hey, Jim, if somebody said that Jesus did a verifiable miracle for them and they won't call on the phone, do you believe them?
No.
Say that again, please.
If somebody said, Jesus did a verifiable miracle in my life, but they won't pick up a phone and call you about it, do you believe them?
You know,
I
for
put
me,
you on the
it's a little
spot. I'm
tough
just
to
joking. Go ahead.
Well, it's a little tough to say because
Not
know,
for me. I don't
people
believe them.
Okay. So let me tell you what I was going to call about. There's a movie, and he said it, that there's a title called The Rainbow People.
Yes, that
And
was
it's not a
Stormy
gay,
that said
it's
it.
not a gay book. It's in Taiwan,
It's not a gay book.
back during World War One. If you want a reality of the human being and what they go through and how to get control, it's one of the strongest movies you'll ever see.
And what's it called again?
Rainbow People.
Rainbow
It's in
People.
Taiwan.
Is it in
Yeah.
Taiwanese and it's like subtitles?
No, I don't know if
I'll
it's,
never watch it with subtitles, to be honest with you. But I'll check it out.
well, I don't remember now, but I'm gonna say if it is, that's just one you just be patient through because you're gonna just go like, holy shit.
Do you know who you're talking to and you're saying be patient?
Patience
Well,
is a
you know
virtue,
what? As
Jeff.
bad as I've been speaking since the last 7 months, I've got patience trying to talk to you because
Thank
it's
you.
hard for me.
I appreciate it, Jim. You do a great job. Rainbow People, ladies and gentlemen. I saw Jesus. I saw an angel. Cool story, bruh. You know that insane asylums are filled with people that have seen angels. They're filled with people that see Jesus. And at least 2 or 3
Hallucinations.
people in every insane asylum think they are Jesus. So cool story, bruh. You're live in the heart.
Oh, there's that new rabbi that thinks he is.
Oh, hey man, this
Tenebris.
about the topic, it just shows how gullible people are. And it's really sad that there's people that so-called truthers, but they don't question like certain parts of history in the Bible, and it's just weird to see how people just move like sheep, joining certain groups and having ideologies
Right on,
that they
Tenebris.
didn't even learn by themselves. It's just crazy, but
It
that's
is
just
crazy.
how I see it.
It is crazy. Thank you, Tenebris, for calling in. It's absolutely nuts. Duke's had a deaf girlfriend, so now he's used to watching subtitles. There's a joke there, Dukes, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to be a better man.
That's the perfect
than that.
girl right there.
I'm going to be a better
Seen
man.
and not heard.
You know, all women are deaf a lot of times. But anyway, I wish I was deaf right now because Barkley's barking her head off. Jim and I wants to know why he didn't see Jesus during his near-death experience. That's a good one. Jama likes subtitles too.
He's probably busy.
You guys are just better human beings than I am, I guess. Tracy says Jesus makes good tacos. Of course, she's talking about Jesus. And he does. And Jesus
I prefer
saves
fish
you money
tacos.
over Taco Bell. So keep that in mind if you're ever looking for a decent taco that may not be kitty cat. May not be kitty
I like
cat.
pussy tacos.
So really, we're lied to about everything, but we're not lied to about the Bible. Do you understand at all about the Bible? The Bible is a book that was written by 40, I think it's 7, don't quote me on it, but about 47 different authors over a period of about 4,000 years.
Wow.
And it's been edited, it's been vetted,
Translated.
it's been changed, it's been altered. And we'll just talk about a couple of times. Do you remember a little thing called the Roman Empire? Well, in the first century, these guys, allegedly, it's a story, I don't believe it, but this is the way the story goes, so let's just pretend. They decided they were going to write the New Testament. Jewish guys named Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in Judea in the first century. You already lost me, but anyway. So they decided they were going to write this New Testament, right? Because this guy, Jesus, who was so phenomenal, never wrote a freaking word down. And he was so phenomenal, healing the dead, raising the sick, walking on water, doing all this stuff. And nobody
Magic
that was writing
sandals.
history that time ever wrote
That's
a
all
word
it
down.
is. If
Jesus
you have
was
magic
so
sandals,
phenomenal that nobody
anybody
ever
can
wrote a
walk
word
on
about
water.
it down for 200 years. That's like us just hearing about George Washington yesterday. But
George
some of you
who?
think that makes perfect sense. I'm here to get you to ask yourself,
Excuse me.
does that really make sense? But let's just say they decided they were going to write this Bible, right? And God revealed this Bible to them because every word of the Bible is God-breathed. We know because it says so. And it's inspired by God. We know the Bible's a written, inerrant Word of God to man. How do we know? Because it says so. And they wrote it. It was funny because God gave the books, like James was the first book that God gave. And then Thessalonians was the second books that God gave. But for some reason, when God told him to put it down, he put Matthew first, which didn't come until way in the middle. So
It was
my
the
first problem
God
is
telephone. They got it all mixed up.
that God gave him a Bible, gave him the books, but then he gave them to him in a different order than the order that he told him to put them in later. Because that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Sure.
But let's just say that happened. Let's just say that happened. He did give him a book, and he gave him the books. He was playing 66 card pickup. We've all played that game.
66.
They were playing 66 card pickup. God was in the jovial mood that day. So they put all the books together. And even after that, if you can believe all that, now you got to understand they were writing under military occupation in the Roman Empire. Under military occupation in the Roman Empire. And there was this guy called the censor, C-E-N-S-O-R. You know what his job was? His job was to read every single word that was written and published by captive peoples to make certain that they weren't writing anything seditious against the government. Kind of like
That never
YouTube.
happens. Nobody does that.
Very much like YouTube.
Yeah.
Very much like YouTube.
The real free
observe. You just hit a nerve, brother. You just hit a
free
nerve.
speech platform. I can't even
I
say
did
that with a
stand-up
straight
comedy
face.
for a couple years, and I was getting paid and doing good. I only bombed one time.
Well, Jeff, after
I was in
Jesus was
Pasco
nailed,
County,
he wasn't
Florida,
able to
which is
walk
like
on water. He could
the
no longer
middle of the
float. He
Buffalo
would have
Bible Belt.
sunk.
And Observe says after Jesus was nailed to the cross, he
It's
wasn't
so
able to walk
good.
on water. Well, what I actually said was, do you folks know why Jesus walked on water? How's he supposed to swim with those nails in his hands? It was some lady's birthday, and I guess she was like Jesus' twin sister. I don't know why she was in a comedy club drinking beer, but anyway, about 3/4 of the people in the club, there's only about 60 people there, were at her party, and boy, yeah, they didn't like it, and it was over from there. And Dukes reminds us that wood floats. So if he was nailed to a cross, he would float if he was still nailed to the cross.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's a big if.
now we got to believe that he gave the books, and he gave the books out of order. But once they put them in order, here's the Romans to come by, edit, vet it, and approve them. So everything that you read from the fallacious beginning, Matthew, to the Revelation was actually the last book written and given. Every word in there was the Roman censor made a list. He checked it twice. He decided what was naughty and what was nice. That's your Bible. That's your Bible. Edited, vetted, approved by the Roman Empire, the one world government. But that's just one. Down along 1611, here comes King James, who was also the head of a one world government called the British Empire. He decided he didn't much like the state of the way things were in the Bible. So he decided
Just change
to
everything.
edit, vet it, and approve the Bible again. The King James Version, the authorized version of the Bible. Do you know who King James was? Same guy that King Charles is. The king, the ruler of a government.
Can you imagine a King
Royalty.
Charles version?
So not only did your Bible get edited,
Or should I say
vetted,
Queen
and
Charles?
approved by one world
King
government,
Lizard probably
it's been
still
edited, vetted,
behind the
and
scenes.
approved by two world governments, the Roman Empire and gave gay King James and his merry men.
They're having a gay old time.
But it's perfect. It's never been altered. And everything in the world that's been changed.
They love using alters, though.
The Bible, and some of you say just the King James Version has never been changed. In history, perfect. Really cool stories, bro. Really cool stories, bro. William, it doesn't matter for this discussion that it was in his wrist, and it really was, but William's as bad as me. He's like, well, like we were out to an event last night, and we were sitting there talking with our friends, and they live out in the country, and she said, yeah, you got to be careful about the deer driving around here is like driving on the Serengeti. And inside, it's screaming out to me. I want to say, there weren't any deer on the Serengeti.
They have relatives. The deer's relatives in the Serengeti.
But I realized that nobody likes an asshole. And she knew there weren't any deer on the Serengeti. She was just making a point. So.
Maybe she was having some spaghetti and she just thought Serengeti.
Cynthia did not get embarrassed and everything went nice. Of course there's no deer in the Serengeti. She was making a point. Of course William, he knew that they weren't in his wrist, and so did I, but it was a joke, brah. Look up the meaning of joke. I'm giving you a little bit of business, but you deserve a little bit of business. Tracy Roberts, great to see you. JC, great to see you. JC says, the government has, oh, JC, number one, you're a coward. Look at that. Look just below. I put your message right on the screen. Right? And right underneath there, call in lines are open. 91327. Jesus died on the cross for you and you can't pick up a phone for him. This is not a write-in show. This is a call-in show. But because JC jumped my chat room, JC, I got something for you. I got something for you. I don't know if you're a dude. I don't know if you're a chick. I'm sorry your mom gave you a name that could go either way. That's not my fault. Okay, that was a little mean, but, I'm just trying to bring a little levity to the show. Remember I did comedy for 2 years. Don't be so freaking serious. Let's go and look at the Elohim. Little thing I like to call Bible Hub. So JC, if you're gonna, well, the Elohim, yeah, okay. Just because, and what was her point again? His point, her point, I don't know.
Its point.
KJV has had governmental influence. No, it hasn't. It was written completely 100% by the government. It's like reading the Joe Biden version. It's like reading
there'll be lots of slobber on that
version. No, thank you to either one. It has had governmental influence. A lady that got pregnant has had some influence from a man. Earmuffs, they both got fucked. You and me included with the governmental influence.
DP, oh yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that the Elohim is still the Elohim. What are the Elohim, JC? Sorry to hear that you broke both hands and can't dial a phone. What is the Elohim exactly? Well, let me help you out. Because I don't think that word means what you think it means. There are antelopes and gazelles, dudes, but they're not freaking deer. I love this movie.
Oh, they're related. Close enough.
King James Version, okay? Okay. And let's do this, because you don't need to see me the whole time. Am I being mean to JC? I don't think so.
Maybe a little.
This isn't a tangent. This is important. So this is how you do it. If you want to find out what Elohim means, you come here. You're in BibleHub.com. I don't run BibleHub.com. Well, I got to get a message to my bird. If I'm on the right track, fly to the right. Thank you, bird. The whole bunch of them took off to the right. It's called argery, I think. Bird divination. Oh, Jeff believes in bird
Church divination.
is evil. But you believe that history's 100% true. So at least only one of us.
I saw a guy that does
Yes.
body
At
divination
least
with
only
like
one of us is
foot or
really
legs or something. It's
unsophisticated.
weird.
So here you go. We're going to find out about Elohim, right? So Genesis 1:1. That's a good place to find out about Elohim. And just for you, JC, we're going to use the King James Version. In the beginning, God. Let me ask you a question. When it says in the beginning, God, what do you think of? You think of Charlton Heston? You think of maybe George Burns, some of you?
George Burns.
But you think of a big guy with a long beard, guy with some gray hair flowing. You think of Jeff Bridges, right? You think of Jeff Bridges. Well, you got some explaining to do. In the beginning, God. Where's all my Christians at? Phone lines are open. $1,000 over the last 2 years. Ain't no Christian one call. Elohim is the word for God. Remember to see what I did? Watch. God. Elohim. So let's look at what Elohim means. It means divine, divine being, exceedingly God, God, gods. What? It means goddess. It means godly. It means gods and goddesses. And guess what it means?
Plural.
Plural.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh.
That means more than one.
So this word Elohim means male and female, more than one. That would just trip our last guest out, because he'd be like, no, what's their names? That's not true. What's
Say
his
my
name?
name. Say my name.
Say my name. But wait,
Say it.
there's more. What are their names? Doesn't matter what their names are. They're called Elohim. And if you don't understand who they are, if you can't understand all about your God, they're not God. So now that we understand it was male and female gods and goddesses, more than one that created, then we can understand down here when he says this, when they say this. God said, the gods and goddesses said, let us make man in our image. Oh, okay, now I get it. Our image. After our likeness. Oh, okay. So God created man. So the Elohim, the gods and goddesses, see 27, it's the same freaking word. So God, Elohim, gods and goddesses, what they do? They created man in their own image, male and female. Male and female. Now, JC, I was nice to you once. Now you get put in timeout, and if you don't call, you will be blocked from contacting the show anymore. Because it's not a write-in show, it's a call-in show. And if Jesus went to the cross for you, the least you can do is pick up the phone for him. Come on. Isn't that the least you could do for your Lord and Savior? Isn't that the least you could do?
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Save me from my sins, Lord. Save me from my sins.
Dude, like our last guest. He. How do you say he?
More like he.
From Uranus or something. How did he create them in his image, male and female? And you know, Jesus said, or Paul said, that we have a Savior that has been touched by all the feelings of our infirmities. All the feelings of our infirmities. Ladies, please respond in the chat room. Are menstrual cramps an infirmity? Yes or no? Are menstrual cramps an infirmity? Yes or no? I'm waiting for a lady's response. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Observe, tell him to call me. Until now, he doesn't have to explain the Elohim to me. I just read what the Elohim are. Claire says, yes, menstrual cramps are an infirmity. Did Jesus have a vagina?
Mangina. He had a mangina.
I know Jesus might look like he had a vagina. He looked like he could go both ways. Little effeminate, but hey, I don't hate in the brother. Well, maybe I do.
Oh, they did
He
the
looked
first
a
show
little
that Jeff
girly,
did
I'm gonna admit it.
off of YouTube. The Jesus
But
character
did
on
he
there
have a
looked like
vagina?
Justin Trudeau.
I don't think he had a vagina.
That's
Exactly,
hilarious.
he had a mangina. I don't think he had a vagina.
See, he
So in other words,
mangina. See,
he never had menstrual cramps. He never had menstrual pain. So could he have been touched by all the feelings of our infirmities? No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am.
no, ma'am, sir.
Here we go. The true divine, if the Bible's right, and the true divine has been touched by all the feelings of our infirmities, which I believe the true divine has, then the true divine has some feminine essence. The true divine, there's a vagina in the true divina.
I don't mind that. Get
And
into
let's
that
face it,
vagina.
everybody in this chat knows that it ain't divine if there ain't some vagina involved.
Oh,
Am I
yeah.
right? Am I right?
On a
Did
non-swimming
Jesus ever have a
vagina.
baby? Thank you, Ophelia. Did Jesus ever have a baby? I'm pretty sure he did not. So how could he have been touched?
Towel children, maybe.
By all the feelings.
I've had a lot of those.
Did Jesus ever have PMS? Nope. And by the way, did you know why? Did you know why PMS is called PMS? Did you know why PMS is called PMS? Well, they called it PMS because the name mad cow disease was already taken. That one's gonna get me in trouble. But
yeah,
remember,
they go a little crazy on their
there is a
time of the
certain
month, let's
entertainment
just
quotient
say.
in this deprogram. There is a certain education quotient in this deprogram. So the bottom line is, no, Jesus was not touched with all the feelings of our
The
infirmities.
bottom of Uranus.
So Jesus wasn't God. Mostly because he wasn't real.
Figment of your
He wasn't
imagination, Chris Tards.
So, anybody else got any other smart alecky remarks about the Bible that they want to throw in?
Smart alecky.
And the phone
Good old
lines are
smart
still
Alex.
open, and still we wait. We wait for the Christians to call. Do Christians just not know how to use a phone? Or maybe it's Sunday. They don't use the phone on Sunday. They don't want to kindle a phone on Sunday.
It's their day of rest.
I don't know. I really don't know. But folks, we're just trying. Here, Jay. Oh, this is the one I get in trouble with. I've got in trouble for this. He said that Jesus was a pedophile. Well, you didn't even look and see what I meant when I said Jesus was a pedophile. I didn't say Jesus was a pedophile. I just said that
He's not
Jesus
a pedophile.
was
He just
caught
likes
in
laying
a garden
with the naked boy.
with a naked boy.
That's not a pedophile.
Now, if you're
Just a boy
caught
lover.
in the woods, if I go out to these woods right here, if the guy that says that I'm bad for saying that he did that, right? If that guy caught me in these woods with a naked boy, would he think I was a pedophile or not?
Good
We got
chance.
another coward here. Neil Young is a coward. Can't they put up his real
Neil
picture?
Young.
I
Neil as
reject
in
your
Neil.
prayers. I don't
Neil
want any prayers.
Young.
You
Y-U-N-G.
cannot put your intention on
He
me.
bent the
You
knee,
bitch.
definitely. His first name is Neil.
Keep your damn
Kneel Young, Y-U-N-G, Neil
And if you had
Young.
any guts,
I'll
you
pray
pick
for
up
your
the phone
soul.
and make a call. Jesus
Neil
went to the
doesn't have a
cross for
soul
you,
anymore
and
because
you
Jesus
can't
took
even
it.
pick up a phone for him. What's wrong
Soul
with you?
harvester.
What's wrong with you? Let's look at that verse about Jesus and the young naked. I just put a young naked boy in garden. Young naked boy in garden with Jesus verse. And the funny thing is, boom, it pulls it right up. Who was the naked man?
Pulls
Who
what
was the
right
naked
up?
boy
The
in the
naked
Garden of
boy?
Gethsemane?
Whoa!
Why was he naked? There's more to it than that. It's in. Let's go to what is it? Which book is it in? We're gonna go to. Come on, tell me what book it's in. There's a very curious passage in St. Mark. Yeah, it's very serious, very curious. So let's look at this. I'm tired of taking all of this crap. We're going to look at it, and you tell me if he was a pedophile or not. And remember, I can't ever say that Jesus was a pedophile because Jesus wasn't real. It's very hard to be a pedophile if you're not real.
He's a
right?
pedophile in the
Very hard
dreams.
to be
Well, I
a
guess
pedophile if you're not
nightmares.
real. So, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. Let's investigate, okay? And where are all my Christians at? $10 tip from Jason. Thank you so very much. Greetings from Denmark. So sad that people can't see through the history and the Bible hoax. Thank you, Vividness 420. Thanks for an evening walk with Jackson. She's walking her dog. That's very nice.
Cool.
When the time is right in the agenda, they will say that if you're in the woods with a naked boy, that's what would Jesus do? And the answer will be Jesus would do him.
Present as Uranus.
Frank. Oh wow.
Present Uranus.
You said it much better than I would have said it. So let's look at this. Daphne Decoded's liking it. Jesus got caught with a naked boy. It's in Matthew too, but we're going to look at Mark right now. We can look at Matthew if you want to, but we'll look at Mark. Okay, we'll look at Matthew since you want to look at Matthew. I like to accommodate. I'm a service to others kind of guy. I'm all service to others. That's me. Okay, so here we are in Matthew. Now watch. Watch this. I'm sorry. I have to. Anyway, give me a second here. Guys, I'm asking you to calm down the nonsense.
Breathe.
Calm down the nonsense. Okay, so then comes Jesus to a place called Gethsemane. And am I the only one that thinks that says, get the semen in me?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Get semen in me. No, not in me.
Get the semen
Little boy.
in me. But anyway, so he comes to Gethsemane. Says to the disciples, y'all sit here. But he took the little boy with him. You disciples, wait out here. Why would you tell your disciples to wait outside while you took the little boy?
Stand guard.
Into the garden so you could have a little one-on-one
Go
time.
deep
I'm
inside
sure
his
they were just gonna lay
Uranus.
hands on each other. I'm sure they were just going to maybe receive communion. I'm sure the little boy was just going to
doing a little kneeling and bobbing.
I'm sure that's all it was. I'm sure that's all it was. But he says,
What happens in the garden stays in the
there.
garden.
Me and this little boy, we're going to go deeper into the bushes. And he took Peter and he took the two sons of Zebedee.
I don't mind going deep in
Then he
bushes.
says to them, you wait here. He's setting up two defensive perimeters. One perimeter, 9 apostles stay in. If you see them coming, go, caw, caw.
Cuck.
And
Ah.
then he goes a little bit further.
Cuck.
Jesus,
Little cuckolding
the
going
little
on.
boy,
Or cock. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Why are you Christians such cowards? Pick up the phone. Are you that afraid of me? No, you're that afraid that you don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, 9 apostles are the first perimeter of defense. Jesus said, if you see them coming, caw, caw. And then he leaves Peter, James, and John and says, if you see them coming, go, whoop-a-woo, whoop-a-woo. So if Jesus was involved,
Hope they don't get all flustered and do the wrong sound.
He could be involved in that stuff, and he could hear caw, caw. So he knew that maybe he could finish what he was doing, but if he heard whoop-a-woo, whoop-a-woo, then he knew that it was time to really,
Depends how close he was to
break it off.
finishing.
So he's got two
Sometimes you just gotta finish.
perimeters of defense. Then he went a little further, and he fell on his face. I'm not even going to touch that one. I'm not even going to touch that one, but I am going to go over here, and I am going to somebody, I don't, for some reason she's not showing up, somebody.
Well, if they fall on their face, at
time
least
out
bite the
JC.
pillow, right?
If she
You
says
gotta let them
another
bite the
word
pillow.
like that, just ban her from the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you
So
very
Jesus
much.
goes face down. I'm not even going to touch that one. I'm going to leave that one alone. Jesus goes face down.
Jesus
And
goes face
He
down.
supposedly, he's praying, right? He's praying.
He's going down on him face down.
And then he goes back and checks.
Just got a mouthful.
Did you see anybody coming? Nope, didn't see anybody coming. So he goes back.
I'm sure the little boy did.
And whatever he was doing it so long that the damn disciples had fallen asleep. It's a call-in show, not a write-in show. Thank you, Mind Over Magic. Right? But somebody must have given him the caw, and this one must have given him the whoop-a-woo, whoop-a-woo, because he came out, right? He came out. And he came out just as this great multitude with swords and staves was coming from the chief priests and the people. And
Jesus never
Judas
came
comes
out.
up and gives Jesus a smooch.
Smoochy.
Okay,
Smoochy
it's
smooch.
a little gay, but we're going to just go right past that because that's not what we're here to talk
You're
about.
just happy.
That's not what we're here to talk about. And
Happy to be in
then we hear about all this. then we
Hello
hear
with a
about all
naked
that.
boy.
But where do we hear about the part? Where's the part about the kid going? The kid that was naked. The kid ran away naked. Where is that? Where do we get to that?
Well, that was with the royal
Take the
family, wasn't it?
sword. The disciples forsook him and fled. They that had laid hold on Jesus led him away when the scribes and priests were assembled. Then the chief priests and the elders, the high priest, they said, nevertheless. Then the priest rent his clothes. And then this fellow was with Jesus. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Then he went and he wept bitterly. It said in the beginning of the next verse, next chapter, 27. Then the morning was come. Crap. So what you've got to do is you're going to find out about, if you want to find out, you can't find the word you're looking for, where, let's just look up naked. Naked.
It's a good
There's
thing
a
to
lot of
look up.
nakedness in the Bible.
Naked.
New
Just not a
Testament.
naked boy. I don't want to look that up.
And we'll say, naked and you clothed me. Naked. I was a stranger. I was naked. Matthew, when did we see you a stranger and you were naked? Come on. And they said, we'll reply naked. And the young man had been following. Oh, here it is. Now watch this. Watch this.
Watch and learn,
One
cousins.
young man, some young guy.
Cream of some young guy.
Yeah, 12 men, 12 grown men with a little boy in the woods. Totally
Wow.
normal. Totally normal. So, but watch this. One
Baker's dozen.
young man, right? Let's break this down. One young. What does young mean? Oh, he wasn't just a young man. So you got to look at these words. This is why they don't want you to read the Bible. It's just reading, and you might read this and say, oh, okay. But when you actually read it in the original language like this, because this is what you do, watch this. You just want to read, you read, okay, I'm reading. But then you go where it's all blue like this, oh, one young man. Okay, let's go to interlinear and see what it really says. Because it gives you the Greek up here, and it gives you the straight English here. So, a young man, okay, what is a young man? A young man is a attendant Oh.
A
He
ute.
wasn't
It's a ute.
attendant, was he? He was a youth attendant. He was a young man.
He was very
in his prime.
attendant to Jesus.
I'm in my prime. He was some young guy.
I heard
He
he didn't
was
like meat,
a
but he sure
ute.
liked the bone.
And he was also Jesus's attendant. That's
He's very
perfectly
attentive to his
normal.
bone.
Perfectly normal. So he's some young guy.
I heard he took a lot of
right?
time around the Uranus.
One young
Around his
man,
Uranus.
an attendant, who had been following, who had been accompanying, who had been following together with. He was a young man who was his attendant, who had been following along with them.
Follow me.
Jesus got a boyfriend. Jesus got a boyfriend. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I don't want
He
to
was
see.
accompanying, he was following together with Jesus. He was accompanying him, he was following him. All the disciples got stuck out on guard duty.
He didn't get any of the fun. Jesus had it all. Had all the fun. He was sticking it in his duty.
He was wearing. This is why you don't freaking read. This is why you won't read the Bible. This is why cowards like Nomi B needs to be timed out. Well, I can do it. I'm looking right at it. Why don't I do it?
Nomi B.
You're going to get banned if you don't call me. One young man who following Jesus was wearing a linen. He wasn't wearing shit. Watch this. He wasn't wearing it.
He was
had
wearing
just thrown it
shit?
about
That's not
himself.
good. He must have pile drived him pretty good.
He had just
He was wearing
thrown it
shit.
about himself. Why? Well, if I do the plunge in the nude. Everybody knows now. I do the plunge in the nude. And then I get out of the plunge and I throw about me this great big robe I got. Why if I wasn't naked in the plunge, I wouldn't throw a robe around me.
Ooh, that's some serious
Why did
shrinkage.
this little kid throw a robe around him? Because he was naked. And there might have been a plunge involved.
Oh, there's a deep
But it
plunge
wasn't
for
a
sure.
cold water plunge. It was a different kind of a plunge. He wrapped
It was
a
more of a
he cast
plumber
a
type
garment around
plunge.
him. Why? Because he was naked.
You're good.
He wrapped a garment around him. Why? Because he was naked. He put it
He was
on.
naked.
Why? Because he was naked. Oh, they make it easy. He clothed himself and he dressed himself. So if this dude was in the Garden of Gethsemane, this boy, and he was naked and Jesus was there, you tell me why.
He just
Now,
likes to
Jeff?
be naked.
Jeff, just a doggone minute, Jeffrey. Just a doggone minute. Oh, I'm mad as heck at you, Jeffrey. Just a doggone minute. Just a doggone minute here. What the heck are you talking about? Just because Jesus took a boy into the woods and he set up two
Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly
and that
normal.
boy was naked with Jesus in the woods, that doesn't mean that
They
he was
just
a
didn't bring it
pedophile.
bathing suits. They went swimming.
Really?
That explains everything. That explains everything.
That doesn't mean that he
Then
was
they
a
decide to have a
Really?
wrestling match, you know?
Really?
Sometimes it's fun to have a wrestling match.
Really?
Perfectly normal.
Well, what's the rest of it say? He was wearing a linen cloth. Oh, it was linen. A fine linen cloth.
Ooh, it's fine. I bet
Why
he
is
thought
that
the boy
important?
was fine.
Because
He blew his
what he was
mind.
wearing was the fine linen cloth of Jesus without a seam that they cast lots for at the foot of the cross. It's the same words in the Greek. You look it up. I'm not going to do it all for you. So not only was the kid naked, Jesus was naked because he took Jesus' tunic and he put it on.
Hmm.
Notice at no time do we leave the New Testament.
Hmm.
But they caught hold of him.
Nude.
That's why they had it at the crucifixion. Because they caught hold of him. They caught hold of it. But he pulled free and ran away naked. Oh, so that proves he was naked before
He
he
got
threw
his
that thing
hole.
on.
He got his hole good.
Kirk theorizes that it might be a sexy see-through. I guess it might have been. So you tell me now. You tell me.
They're just very small.
Who's the
And
crazy
barely
one?
covered him.
Who's the stupid one? Who's the one that doesn't know the Bible? Who's the one that is defending devilish and demonic things?
Not me.
Did I say he was a pedophile? No, I didn't say Jesus was a pedophile because I said Jesus wasn't real. But whoever wrote this story showed us that Jesus was naked in the garden with a boy.
That'll work.
And if somebody's naked in these woods with a boy, we're just going to go out on a limb. Did you get that? The woods, the limb? We're going to go out on a limb and call him a pedophile.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
If you're found in the woods naked with a boy, you might be a pedophile. Or a Boy Scout leader.
Or a priest.
So did I say Jesus was a pedophile? No.
Or King Lizard and
I just present.
Prince, what's his
Someone
name?
said, so the
Philip, I think?
crucifixion wasn't the first time Jesus got wet. Oh, boy. Look at this coward right here. You Illuminati agent using the timeout will fail. The spirit of Jesus Christ cannot be stopped. So when I go ahead and ban you right now,
Know me be
does that
Crazy
mean
Christard.
that the spirit of Jesus Christ can be stopped? Is that what it means? When I go ahead and ban you,
Ban a bitch.
does that mean the power of Jesus
I
Christ
love when
can't be
JD bans a
stopped?
bitch.
Because you just got blocked. The power of Jesus Christ just failed. They should change the name to Gethsemane to Brokeback Garden.
Brokeback Garden.
Brokeback Garden.
That's a good name.
Anyone hear banjos? Wow.
Dueling banjos.
Why don't you pick up the phone and call?
Because they don't have the balls to make the calls.
Because you're a coward.
That's right.
And you're probably doing it out of self-preservation.
Guaranteed.
It was the first NAMBLA meeting on record, says Just Frank. Oh, that's so funny. And here's Miracle saying, what I hear is you injecting your opinions. No, we're talking about Jesus injecting into that little boy. Don't you understand? Can't you read? Are you
That's
visually
not good.
impaired?
He's injecting into his Uranus.
I don't care if you are a Rockfin subscriber. I'm fixing to ban you from this channel. Bye. There it is.
Kaboom.
It's over.
Another bitch band.
Oh. Okay. That was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting.
Very, very interesting.
No. I'm trying to figure out Observe. Is he a troll?
No.
I'm trying to figure him out. But anyway, there you go, folks. There you go, folks. I think Wayne actually put up that video about the Vatican singing in Latin praising Lucifer, but yeah.
Oh, Lucifer.
So there you go, folks. Since no
Oh,
Christians
morning
have the guts to call,
shining
Jesus went to the cross for them, but they
Lucifer.
won't go to the phone
Oh,
for him.
Lucifer.
There we go. It just is what it is, right? I don't think I'll be back tonight, but I might. Who knows?
He will be
So
back.
somebody send our former guest that this video so he can see that I didn't call Jesus a pedophile. But if you're in the woods naked with a boy, you can see why somebody might. You can see why somebody
Yeah,
might.
you're naked with a boy
That's
in
all I
the
have to
forest.
say.
You're probably a
That's
pedophile.
all I have to say. Well, I guess that's a wrap, folks. On
That's
this
a wrap.
one. Good time, huh?
Good times,
Interesting
good
time.
times.
We appreciate you being here. I salute you for being here seeking after truth. And we will see you tomorrow night. Maybe again. I don't know. I'm in one of those moods. It's possible. Depends on what Cynthia's got going on tonight. You are divine. You are sovereign. You are free. Don't go on some. Oh, we got a call. Let me stop.
Oh,
Stop
the presses.
You're live in the heartland. What's on your mind?
Hello, Jeffrey. Man, you're just burning up today, aren't you, brother?
I'm trying. What's
You
up?
know, here's what I'm thinking. Now, Satan, don't they say that Satan's a homosexual?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay.
South Park does.
Earlier when I called, we were talking about how Jesus claimed to be the bright morning star.
You did.
All the evidence is just becoming so overwhelming that Jesus is in fact Satan.
He is. I think he is. Yeah, what they call Satan. I would agree. Yep.
And
Jesus in the bushes with the little boy gets them angry every time.
undeniable.
I would agree.
I mean, and it's so hard. I mean, so many people just have this cognitive dissonance. When you start explaining it to them, like when I first started thinking down this line, I thought, oh no, this is madness. This just can't be. But the evidence is so overwhelming. It can't be any other way.
That's
Dude,
right.
I mean, when I first saw that Jesus was in the woods, naked with a boy, I felt almost like when I found out that Cain saw them offering babies in sacrifice to God and God accepting it. It was like, this can't be true. How can nobody see this?
And when you show it to them right out of their own Bible, like the fellow that lives over here near me, he's a Jehovah's Witness,
Right.
and when I show him the stuff that you show me, you know, because I've written a lot of it down, I go, hey, what about this? What about that? You know, I learned a long time ago that when somebody's convinced against their will, they're left unconvinced still, and so you just let him. I led him to his own Jehovah's Witness Bible, and it was amazing because even though he saw everything like you sent it out, he still couldn't admit it.
Of course not.
Still had it.
And
You
the
can't
New
handle
World
the truth.
Translation is a fairly decent Greek rendering. Not perfect, but fairly decent.
Yeah, it is. You're doing an excellent job, Jeff. Keep up the great work you're doing.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
Thank you.
You other listeners out there, now earlier I was on that, what's it called?
Rockman.
Rockman. I was on that one. Hey, you fellas on there? Toss Jeff a fit, will you? Throw a soft up here, will you?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. That's too much. Thank you so much. But a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And that's why I just give you the facts. And you decide what you
Brings
want
the
to
receipts.
do with them. So, as I was saying, you are the last generation of real humans. We're divine, we're sovereign, we're free. Don't go and bend the knee to somebody else's savior. Not like he's going to give you the savior for the sin he gave you. Caca! Caca! You hear that shit? Better get your business done.
Finish up.
Salute you for being here. Sing a good fruit. We'll see you again.
Caca, caca. All right, cousins, that's it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with more late night with Dagger.
The possibilities with the new Lotto 649 with 2 jackpots